income, income, income.
It's the money you get from doing something, like working or selling things, that you can use to buy things you need or want. Here is a sample sentence. The family's income from her husband's job and their investments allowed them to afford a comfortable lifestyle.
Incompatible, incompatible, incompatible.
This means that two things can't work or go together because they are fundamentally different or don't match up. Here is a sample sentence. The new software update was incompatible with the older version of the operating system, causing it to crash and lose all unsaved data.
Inconsistency, inconsistency, inconsistency.
It's when something doesn't match or agree with what is expected, often because there are two different rules or ideas that don't fit together. Here's a sample sentence. The company's policy on employee benefits seemed inconsistent, as they offered more generous packages to new hires than to longtime employees. This sentence illustrates how inconsistency can refer to a lack of uniformity or coherence in something, such as a policy or practice.
Inconvenient, inconvenient, inconvenient.
This word refers to something that causes trouble or makes things harder, often because it's not what you wanted or expected. Here is a sample sentence. The broken elevator in our building was quite inconvenient, as it meant we had to take the stairs every time we wanted to go up or down. This sentence illustrates how the word inconvenient can be used to describe something that causes trouble or difficulty.
Incorporate, incorporate, incorporate.
This means to bring something into a group or system, making it part of it. Here's a sample sentence. The company will incorporate sustainable practices into its new business model to reduce its environmental impact. In this example, incorporate means to include or integrate something, in this case, sustainable practices, into an existing system or process.
Incredible, incredible, incredible.
This word describes something that is very surprising or amazing, often because it's better than expected. Here is a sample sentence. The fireworks display was truly incredible, with vibrant explosions of color and light that lit up the entire sky. This sentence demonstrates how the word incredible can be used to describe something that is remarkable or awe-inspiring.
Incredulous, incredulous, incredulous.
This word describes someone who is very surprised or skeptical about something, often because they think it's impossible or unbelievable. Here is the sample sentence. The tourists looked at me incredulously when I told them that the famous landmark was actually just a giant statue, not a real building. In this sentence, incredulous means feeling or showing disbelief or skepticism. The tourists are shocked and disbelieving that the landmark is just a statue, rather than a real structure.
Increment, increment, increment.
It's an increase or addition to something, making it bigger or more than what it was before. Here's a sample sentence. The company plans to increment its employees' salaries by 5% at the end of each quarter.
Incur, incur, incur.
This word means to get or suffer something, often as a result of doing something else. Here is a sample sentence. The patient's refusal to follow her doctor's orders will incur additional medical expenses. In this sentence, incur means to suffer or experience a loss or penalty as a result of one's actions.
Indebted, indebted, indebted.
This word means having something owed to you, like money or help, that someone else promised to give back. Here is a sample sentence. She was deeply indebted to her friend who had lent her money to cover an unexpected expense. In this example, indebted means owing someone something, in this case, money, and feeling grateful or obligated to repay them.
Indefinite, indefinite, indefinite.
This word means something that is unclear or not precisely known, but might be found out later. Here is a sample sentence. The weather forecast was indefinite, with predictions ranging from sunny to rainy. In this example, indefinite means unclear or uncertain. It describes the weather forecast as being vague and open-ended, rather than specific or precise.
Indefinitely, indefinitely, indefinitely.
This word means something will continue or last without a set end or time limit. Here is a sample sentence. The concert was postponed indefinitely due to inclement weather, with no new date announced. In this example, indefinitely means without a specific or fixed end time, and implies that the postponement will continue until further notice.
Indent, indent, indent.
It's a mark or line that shows where something should be cut or broken off, often to make two separate pieces. Here is a sample sentence. The tailor carefully made an indent in the fabric to mark where the hem should be sewn.
Independent, independent, independent.
This means being able to make choices and decisions without needing someone else's permission or help. Here is a sample sentence. The independent film director was able to create a unique and innovative movie without any studio interference. This sentence demonstrates the meaning of independent as being free from external control or influence, in this case, the control of a film studio.
Index, index, index.
It's a list or guide that helps you find something quickly, often by showing numbers or letters to point to what you're looking for. Here's a sample sentence. The librarian used her index finger to point out the location of the book on the shelf.
Indicate, indicate, indicate.
This word means to show or point out something, often by giving a sign or hint about what's happening or what's true. Here is a sample sentence. The warning sign on the road indicated that there was an upcoming construction zone. In this example, indicated means to show or suggest something. In this case, the presence of a construction zone.
Indicative, indicative, indicative.
This word means showing or suggesting something, often by giving clues or hints about what might happen or be true. Here is a sample sentence. The weather forecast was an indicative sign that it would be a rainy day, with dark clouds and strong winds predicted. In this example, indicative means serving as a sign or indication of something to come.
Indifference, indifference, indifference.
It's when someone doesn't care or feel strongly about something, neither happy nor unhappy. They're neutral. Here is a sample sentence. The tourists seem to show indifference to the historical landmarks, more interested in taking selfies than learning about the city's rich past. This sentence illustrates how indifference can be used to describe a lack of concern or interest in something.
Indifferent, indifferent, indifferent.
This word means having no strong feelings or opinions about something, neither good nor bad. Here is a sample sentence. She seemed indifferent to the news, barely reacting when her friend told her that she had gotten into her dream college. In this example, indifferent means not showing much interest or emotion in something.
Indigestion, indigestion, indigestion.
This is an uncomfortable feeling that happens when food doesn't get digested properly, causing a burning or churning sensation in the stomach. Here is a sample sentence. After eating the spicy tacos, Sarah experienced severe indigestion and had to take an antacid to relieve her discomfort.